It is said, or certainly could be said, hell hath no fury like a well-intentioned government. Well, now, I don't know how good the intentions are over here, but I can tell you that the folks at the State House in Concord, New Hampshire, are not interested in protecting your freedom for the most part. They're taking it away, piece by piece. Fortunately, unlike in most states, they're not doing it without a fight. That is in large part due to the New Hampshire Liberty Alliance at nhliberty.org. Now, if you were to go into the State House there behind me and do this, you would hit one of the members of the New Hampshire Liberty Alliance, because they're in there all over the place fighting for your freedom. They also offer free training if you want to learn the ways of the Citizen Freedom Lobby. Visit them at nhliberty.org. Dave Ridley here, signing in for ridleyreport.com this March 24th, 2008, with a general update of New Hampshire Liberty news. So much news coming down the pike today and yesterday that I'm not going to be able to do separate stories. I'm going to have to dump them all into one story.
Now, I don't think it's practical to say that every staffer should have a gun in their desk.
She's voted against her own bill, at least if House records on the internet are accurate. Henniker Representative Eleanor Kjellman had proposed a bill that would ban firearms from the State House in New Hampshire. Well, that bill has apparently gone down in flames. She was actually the only person to show up at the hearing and testify in favor of the bill. Roughly 50 to 60 people testified against it. Well, actually, it was more like 25 or 30 testifying against it. Okay, so now they've had to move the hearing. Anyway, I'll email her to find out if that's true or if it's in some kind of error. But again, according to House records, Eleanor Kjellman votes against her own gun bill. And New Hampshire residents continue to be able to protect themselves inside the State House. If the records are true, then hats off to Representative Kjellman. It takes guts to stand your ground, but it takes even more guts to admit you're wrong, if in fact that's what happened. Another news, there'll be a small demonstration tomorrow, March 25th, God willing, in Concord, New Hampshire, outside the Federal Building. That'll probably be at 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. See the video description on this clip for details. But essentially, folks will be expressing their displeasure over the excessive treatment of 4 jailed Ed and Elaine Brown supporters. That will be outside the courthouse because, of course, the United States court is attempting really excessive penalties against these men for allegedly delivering weapons to the Browns. That's not something I advocate, and these men perhaps are not perfect, but the kinds of sentences that are coming down on these men are disproportionate, up to 50 years in some cases. At least that's what the feds are seeking. Pretty hypocritical considering the feds are the people who sent weapons to Osama bin Laden and Saddam Hussein. One interesting piece of news coming out of the pretrial, an uncharacteristic moment of levity. Danny Riley's brother Bill reports that during jury selection, prospective jurors were asked if any of them did not like the IRS, and the entire room erupted in laughter. An unrelated demonstration is expected in Manchester on March 28th, I believe that's a Friday. Winchester right-to-travel activist Lauren Canario has indicated she will hunt for the checkpoint and bring with her an 8-foot-wide sign reading, "Roadblock ahead." She's asked for help getting the sign placed somewhere that motorists can see it in time to turn away from the checkpoint. I would like to note that, though, these really, I'm not sure roadblock is the right word for these. I used to call them that, but people called me on the table for that. In fairness, it's more of a checkpoint than a roadblock. In 2007, Canario and roughly 4 activists, including me, demonstrated at the checkpoint. This was probably in the summer of 2007, if I recall correctly. And police handled themselves very well. They didn't try to give Lauren any hassles for putting up her sign, and they actually offered us water. They told Lauren, just be sure to move it when you're done. One theory is that this checkpoint, these checkpoints they do in Manchester are basically just trying to get federal funding and that their hearts may not fully be in it. I hope that's the case. Or at least I hope their hearts are not fully in it, and I hope they stop doing it. As always, see the video descript for latest details on this matter. There'll be a link. Another piece of news I think just broke today. There is a group of people who are going to organize an open carry litter pickup. People I don't even know They saw our video about the open carry litter pickup we did in Manchester, and they're going to do one over in Hampton, New Hampshire. It's scheduled for April 26th, and as always, I'll include a link that gives you information about that. Hats off to those guys, and we'll see how that works out. This is Dave Ridley, about to sign off for ridleyreport.com, but first, nhliberty.org, nhliberty.org, nhliberty.org.